shut the door. Oh, Tristan wasted no time. He was sitting waiting. And I remember after his Mykonos antics, he really went ghost. I know he's been warming up, working out all this basketball player. He got a real job, right? But I kept thinking, why has he been so quiet? Guess what? Tristan was sitting on ready. He literally went out last night and was flaunting an OnlyFans model. We're going to put the pictures up here. An OnlyFans model letting Khloé know I am the illest and realest narcissist you ever met. And I will not be controlled. Now, let me just say this, right? Because it needs to be said. And nobody is really talking about it. Y'all, the timeline Khloé's given for her sob story is not adding up. Let's get into it. Also, hit that like and subscribe button. Did I put too much on your plate? Start with the like and subscribe. Move your way up to notifications. Breathe it in. And I'll see y'all tomorrow on Claire Summers' interview. Okay, first of all, let's put Tristan up. I'll put him up over here. Let's do Tristan. Look at Tristan. That's one thing I will say about Tristan. Tristan gonna give you a fit. He gonna give you, look at the way he jumped out the car with his high booty self, right? And got the jacket popped open so you can see that the gray and black maxi outfit, the silver, look, the same. Tristan gonna give a high booty look, pop it out for a real one. I will say one thing, Khloé, you better hope that Tristan is not on Instagram. I see in the transgender model Danielle that Lamar right now is rumored to be dating because baby, she looked just like Mara Lee, which is to say she looked like you with FaceApp. You know, Tristan is just like that. That high booty was sitting there like, what that thing do, right? You know, that high booty walking all over there with his phone. Anyway, this is the OnlyFans model. Listen, Tristan's type, build a body, right? Build a body, pretty racially ambiguous face, dark hair. But also, she is like thin, but she's like slim thick. She has thickum, right? Slim thick, right? Again, it is what it is. Look at Tristan strolling out. He ain't waste no time at all. They literally said he left. But this is after, a couple of days after him and Khloé were getting comfortable at Beyonce's birthday party, y'all. They did not arrive together at Jack Harlow's concert. After party at the Nice Guy in West Hollywood. The Nice Guy be having every event. They had that locked down. She was in the back of the NBA player's Maybach SUV. Listen. But don't forget, Tristan's also been on Khloé's page liking and commenting on pictures. So what does that mean if he's on there liking the pictures? Listen, this is all I'm saying. Khloé can sit there and cry these crocodile tears because, again, I've said it once and I've said it again. You guys are literally using... Was that the devil telling me to shut up? Listen, you guys are literally using Khloé's pain for ratings. And I don't understand it because this is the typical victim thing the Kardashians do. If it's private, then keep it private. Do you see Kim crying about Pete dumping her? Do you see her even mentioning anything bad going in her personal life? We didn't even hear anything about her and Kanye. But all of a sudden, Khloé's stuff is all out there. Never mind the fact that, like I said, the timeline isn't adding up. Because Khloé literally said, remember how Khloé told us that the pregnancy started, oh no, like we were already planning, right? And that it got planted somewhere in like early October, then it hits to early November. Then they were like, oh, it was weeks before. You know, Khloé literally, just to make the timeline overlap, said that the surrogacy journey started just days before Marley Nichols' things broke. I think it broke on a Friday. That means you had the eggs implanted on Monday. Now, I'm not saying that Khloé's lying because she wants to take up for the fact, right? She wants to take up for the fact that she was a big dum-dum with Tristan. But I am saying that if I were to find out that Khloé literally, the baby came early because she was trying to save face, I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. But let's get into this, right? Because also, can we have the conversation? Does Tristan have an NDA, an Ironclad NDA that he signed on? Listen, I I don't think Kanye has an NDA because Kanye, he don't like authority. He was probably like, I ain't signing nothing. And it's like, no, it's just like a sign saying you want, just sign here and you get $1 billion. I ain't signing nothing. But Tristan's a different fish. I do think that Tristan would be dumb enough to actually sign an Ironclad NDA. And that explains why, I mean, he's a little demon, right? But that would explain why he never says anything about Khloé or the situation. He just pops up with different women and sends little subs on Instagram, okay? I think that there is something to it. But let's look at Khloé's timeline. Even if you do believe Khloé's story that magically the embryo got implanted days before the story with Marley Nichols broke, right? Even if you believe that, let's actually talk about this timeline, because the one thing I keep saying about Khloé, but are you going to talk about how you've lied about everything else with the situation? You knew what he did in December. In April and May of this year, you were on the Not Skinny Not Fat podcast, literally saying how Tristan has so many great attributes and you don't want people to hate him and you want him to be a good person and all this stuff. You were trying to rehab his image. Not only that, you guys were seen chilling and all over each other at the Father's Day brunch that you lied and said everybody else was at. And it was just you, Kris, and True. But now we see why nobody else came, because everybody else knew that he was a POS and couldn't stand to be around him. Not even that. In 2021, there was that paternity scandal that happened, I believe, in April and May. In July of 2021, Khloé announced via TMZ and Daily Mail that they were broken up because Tristan was caught in another cheating scandal. She said it was over. Meanwhile, Khloé not only was with him, but she was literally having her eggs harvested and going through picking out a surrogate in which to implant the embryos, while she was out there saying we're not together, just posting inspirational quotes of everybody needs somebody sometimes, and talking about how the crown may slip, but the queen never falls. Think about it. Think about the psychosis. I know Tristan is a little narcissist, but there's something seriously off with this in the fact that now that there's a new lie that they've had time to think about, it's like, oh no, but they're telling the truth. Do what you want, but can we just all act like the timeline doesn't add up? You were saying you're broken up at the whole time going through in vitro fertilization, well, IVF, right? In which to give it to a surrogate because for whatever reason you can't carry the child. You said you were broken up. Meanwhile, you were shopping for furniture and having a house custom built for you guys to move into. What really is real? And let's also not forget the biggest smoking gun, and this is one I'm always going to say. Khloé wants everybody to have so much sympathy for her. And yeah, the situation is very sad. She put herself in that situation over and over. But did Khloé have any sympathy for the other woman that was going through IVF? Tristan's first baby's mom, Jordan Craig, who not only went to IVF, right? But she also got publicly humiliated by Khloé and her goons. She was taunted and it was so stressful on her, she had to go to bed rest. Did you have sympathy for her? Did you have mercy for her? Or is it like everything else with the Kardashians? When bad things happen to you, the whole world's supposed to cry. But when bad things happen to other people, a lot of times you guys are the ones doing bad things. Now listen, I do pray that, well, not pray, it's not that serious, I don't know, Khloé, but I do hope that she has finally moved past Tristan and she's found some peace with Tristan. But if the past is indicative of the present and predicts the future, every single time Tristan comes around and starts liking photos, Khloé's entertaining him. And we all know that when he brings other girls around, he's doing that to slap her hands. Again, I'm putting up a recap for Keeping Up with the Kardashians because I think it's very important that everybody sees what's going on. But I think part of the reason why Khloé is so messed up when it comes to men and what's acceptable is because her family encourages her to be a dum-dum all the time. It's just really, really weird. In any case, y'all, listen, Tristan's having the time of his life. He gonna start acting a fool, right? Doing the Harlem Shake at like every strip club, acting a fool. But yeah, he wasn't invited to the season premiere of Keeping Up with the Kardashians too, even though he was the main storyline. But you know what, Tristan? Just like Khloé, baby, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. But I'm telling you, Tristan, If you act right and stop sleeping with anybody that walks by, Khloé will take you back, and you know that. Anyway, listen, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Let me know what you think in the comments. Bye. See you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Bye.